In exactly 51 days, Tanzania will be going into general elections. The country's independent National Electoral Commission has cleared 17 candidates to run for presidency, among them the incumbent Samia Suluhu of the ruling Chama cha Mapinduzi party. Suluhu is running for the presidency for the first time after assuming office following the death of her predecessor, John Pombe Magufuli, in 2021. But President Suluhu's government has been widely accused of suppressing the opposition over demands for electoral reforms. In fact, the Tanzanian government in April 2025 arrested Tundu Lissu, the chairman of Chadema, the main opposition political party, for demanding electoral reforms. But he was charged with treason instead, an accusation he has denied. He is still in custody, awaiting trial. Sarah Birete, the chairperson of East and West Election Observers Network, an entity that has applied to observe the Tanzanian election, says Lissu's arrest could have been a systematic plan for the government to get rid of stiff competition.
Lissu's case is the only treason charge where you find that a country has arrested one person. So if a person is planning to overthrow government by the force of arms, does he act alone? So that's really funny, and it seems like a deliberate move to get Lissu out of the campaign process.
Tundu Lissu's party Chadema is also barred from participating in this year's general election after failing to sign the Electoral Code of Conduct as part of its call for electoral reforms.
It's important to underscore that the Code of Conduct for elections is not a legal requirement in Tanzania for running in elections. It's an imposed condition by the regime, and it's a flimsy ground for disqualifying a political party on a basis of something that is voluntary in law.
The Tanzanian Independent National Electoral Commission also declined to take nomination forms from presidential candidate Luhaga Mpina of the Alliance for Change and Transparency, ACT Wazalendo, the second largest opposition political party, citing complaints from a party member who said the party had failed to comply with the nomination procedures in the primaries. Now, the absence of the two main opposition political parties in the elections gives the ruling Chama cha Mapinduzi's party's candidate, Samia Suluhu, an advantage as critics view her 16 opponents as less popular.
The majority of these 16 are stage-managed opposition, which just appears to give, credence to the electoral process, but they are not on the ground. They are parties you only hear about in election, and then after elections they disappear. They don't have membership, so they are just there to legitimize the electoral process so that the Chama cha Mapinduzi party does not contest against itself.
If the thoughts of critics are anything to go by, President Samia Suluhu could easily win the October election and extend her rule for additional 5 years. But that can only be confirmed after Tanzania's Independent National Electoral Commission announces the winner of the presidential election. Daniel Kibet, NTV.